This thing is the real deal. You know, the last time Matt got his hands on one of these, he rolled it. This is a little more capable. I think we'll be all right.
Well, you always have to be pointing fingers.
I'm just being
right?
real, buddy.
You know, I had forgotten about that. So the good news is we got with the guys from QuadBoss, and we got a whole bunch of stuff for this. I mean, we're talking about tires and wheels, spacers, which are going to come in handy.
That'll help
make
you
it
in those turns, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a winch up there, gloves. I mean, a fire extinguisher may come in handy.
My favorite part is this helmet right here, because that means they expect us to drive this thing, which is going to be a lot of fun. And the fire extinguishers definitely come in handy for you.
You know, if we start going over, dude, arms in.
Arms in.
Come on. There we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get the party started up here in the front, and we're going to make room for the new winch that's going to slide in here. So really all I need to do is pop this thing off, and then I should be able to get all this plastic out of the way. Come on now. Come on. All right, now let's take a look at here. All right, come on out. Now that was nice and easy. A couple bolts, and you can see right in here. Let's see, we'll get that out of the way too. So this is the mounting bracket for the winch. So this is going to kind of sneak in to this area and basically sit right here, right? That gives you a ballpark of what it's going to be. Now, we're not ready for this bracket yet. I just wanted to show you where it goes. I've got to get this over to Bruno because he's got some plans for this thing.
So I got this mounting bracket from Matt. Now this is a specific mounting bracket for the Can-Am Commander, so you know it's going to bolt right into place. And our winch will go right up top. Now we got this winch from QuadBoss. It's a 2,500 pound winch with Dyneema rope. And the whole idea is the fact that the Dyneema rope is a safety issue. You know, it's going to be much better than your typical cable. Let's say you overload this thing and it gets bad. Traditional cable is going to snap and it's going to come after you and you're going to get hurt. With this, if it splits, it drops. No harm, no foul. The other thing that's nice about this too, it's got a 2-stage planetary gear inside, so it winds up fast. You don't have to waste a day waiting to spool this thing up. But before we mount the winch, we want to do a little modification to this bracket. So we'll flip it over because the whole idea is to keep everything nice and tight. So our solenoid pack, what we want to do is mount it off the side like this, and then we'll have a hole gone through with a step drill for our mount for the remote. So everything is nice and tight and tucked away. Now when you're going to drill through metal, a lot of people will take this, set it where they want it, use a marker to mark the point and drill through. But the problem is when you've got a situation where this is deep, you want to use a transfer punch. And the whole idea is it'll go all the way through down, so you'll get a nice hole and you'll get it where you want because you really can't reach with a marker. The other benefit to it is the fact that once you stamp it, you're going to have a point to drill from where the drill won't walk. So what we'll do is we will transfer the hole, get ourselves a center point right there. We'll drill this one out. Then we'll go ahead, bolt that one in place, and go all the way around. This way we'll make sure once we get it tied down, it won't walk on us, and it'll be located in the right spot.
Now we're ready to do the wiring for this winch. Now typically, you know, Bruno handles the wiring because he's like a wiring genius, but today I'm doing it for some reason. I'm not sure why, but the good news is this is an easy thing to wire up. Now the deal is we don't want to be cutting up a bunch of pieces and drilling a bunch of holes. The good thing is we have a lot of room to work with. So what we need to do is wire this switch that goes to the solenoid on the top of the thing that Bruno was talking about right there, actually on the bottom. So this is going to mount right here on the OS handle. So that'll mount up, right? We can adjust that a little bit. This piece, I took the bolts out, and we're just going to hide this wire right down in here. There's plenty of room. You know, that'll all fit down in there. And then we'll run that up to the solenoid. That'll all be tucked away and hidden, and we'll tighten up and get the slack out. So that will look very nice. Next thing we need to do is supply power from the battery up to the winch itself. Well, you've got these cables here. The battery mounts right up under here, and it's a little bit tricky to fish it through. You know, if you're running like a flat screen TV on your wall at the house, but the cable box and everything is over here, you know about fishing the wires through. That's kind of the same thing that we've got to do. So we need to run this through and around some corners. Now, here's a couple of ideas that can make that job a little bit easier. If you've got some aluminum fill rod, this is nice to use because it's kind of rigid. It's a little bit strong, but it's easy to bend, right? So you can get that through where you need to get it, and then run that right through the eyelet, crimp that there, and then you can just pull your wire right through if you want to do that. Now, if you have a pair of these around, these little mechanical fingers, these are pretty cool too because it's flexible and you can run that through wherever you need to go, and then boom, open them up, hook it, and pull everything right back. That's going to make a job like this much easier. Now we need to go to break so that I can finish up this wiring and get that winch in place.
Welcome back. We're working on this 2014 Can-Am Commander, putting on the winch up front. Now, we've got the backing plate all in place. We've got all the electric solenoids there. It's just a matter of running the wires to this that Matt had already run through the vehicle.
You know, that looks good. It's like you actually put some planning into that, you know?
Right? A little thought goes a long way, huh?
It's nice when it all comes together, too. So, hey, I got those wires through there. You know, I learned from watching The Expert, of course, right? That's what you told me to say?
You've been paying attention for the last few years, right?
Did I deliver that okay for you?
When you set it up here, you'll see that everything's going to tuck away nicely. All we have to do is make a little connection with our plug-in connector here, and we are done with that part of it.
All right, I'll let you worry about that, because then when it gets to this point, man, we can just throw in our little hook here, right? Our little accessory hook.
Yeah.
This is going to get us out of some stuff, and you can put the face back on, and boom.
We got to tighten some bolts. Well, this will give you guys a look at the finished product. Everything is kind of hidden away. You'll just see that sticking out, and it looks like a factory front end for this Commander.
Looks good.
Yeah, so when you get this thing in trouble, we can get out. So we got the winch mounted up front. Now it's time to do a few upgrades in back. And one of the things we were going to do to this thing is put on these new QuadBoss coercion wheels. You know, one of the things I like is the fact, first of all, it's matte black with those polished accents. It looks good, but they're ultra lightweight, and these things are strong. They can handle pretty much anything we're going to throw at them.
They do look great, and we're going to wrap them up with these QBT 447 tires, man. And these are really good for utility reasons, right? Now, take a look at this thing. It looks aggressive. You've got the big, deep treads right there, the big lugs, man, and they wrap around the side. And what that's good for is, let's say you're off the road, which is where we're going to be in this thing, and you're getting in some soft sand or some mud. Now, not only are you getting the traction up here on the tire, but you're getting it down here as well. And hopefully that is getting you out. That's the name of the game, right?
Yeah, I'm with you on traction. You know, we've had some instances with vehicles like this where we lost it and it ended up ugly barrel rolling it. And one of the reasons we're going to put on these new spacers is to address just that. Now, we got these from QuadBoss as well, and these aren't adapters, they're actual spacers. You can run without them. The whole idea here is to get a wider stance, get the wheels farther out, and essentially lower the center of gravity. So what these will do is slide right on over here. You bolt the wheel to it. It's just that simple. What you want to do before you use any kind of a wheel spacer is make sure you put a little bit of thread locker on all your studs. The last thing you want to have happen is the bolts get loose on this, and then the wheel starts wobbling and stuff starts getting ugly. So make sure you use a little thread locker, then bolt this down and put your wheel on. Just want to make sure you start these by hand so you don't strip them. And then torque them to about 250 B-man-pounds.
That's like 400 normal man-pounds, isn't it?
Yep. And then you put these bad boys on. So we are halfway there. The back is done. I'm going to roll around to the front and put the spacers on up there. Dude, 9 out of 10 times, I'm going to win that tug of war every time.
I got this, dude. But that one time is going to be awesome if I can pull it off.
It would be pretty cool. You know, we've had a lot of fun playing around this Can-Am Commander today. Hold on, wait for it. You know, one of the things we like about it is a true utility vehicle. You know, you got the bed that dumps in the back. Matt can put all his stuff in it. But I figured we'd take it up a notch and go ahead with a brand new swivel dump trailer we got from the guys at QuadBoss as well. Nice surprise?
This is a great surprise. Usually, sometimes your ideas, maybe not so much, and your surprises are even worse. But this time you hit it with both, man. This is great. This is going to be unbelievable. Like, I would use this a million different ways where I live, dude. I mean, I'm talking seaweed out of the lake. You could cut down some small trees and haul the brush away if you're moving some dirt here or there. I mean, this is perfect, actually.
Well, see, I'm always thinking of the kid, you know, so this is great for him around his property. The thing is, we just need to put the thing together, and it actually is pretty easy to do because look here, you've got a couple bolts to put in place, to support underneath, wheels and tires. Boom, we are up and rolling, bud.
Dude, you got bolts laid out for me and everything.
I'm good. All right, pick
You're
this
going to
up.
spoil me. You know that? I could get used to this. It's kind of like, it's almost borderline respectful, which I'm really not.
You got to respect your elders. That's what my mama taught me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. This thing just keeps getting cooler and cooler. I can't believe Bruno was behind this. Look, it swivels. We can make the turns, this, that, the other. It dumps, all that. Now, when we want to lock it up, you just kind of slam it in there like that. And when you're ready to unhook it, you just step on this pedal and boom, there you go. Ready to go to work. Love it. I'm out. Fire extinguisher, check.
Nice.
And hopefully, we never need it, right? Ideally. Hey, welcome back to TruckU. So today we've been working on the Commander all day. It's been fun, and most people, most normal people, would work on this and look forward to taking it out and running it really fast and having fun. Not this kid. I'm looking forward to going out there and working with the dump trailer. I've got some
You're an
issues.
odd bird, man.
I'm still trying to resolve everything, you know. But the winch is in place. It's wired up. The control's right here where we can reach it. Everything works. The trailer is built. But, alas, we still have more stuff.
Yeah, a couple odds and ends we need to tie up. We got the side view mirrors on because you never know who's going to creep up on you. We got some grab handles we're going to throw around all the way around because, you know, it's nice to have something to hold on to just in case stuff gets a little crazy out there on the trails, especially with you driving.
Oh, like when you're screaming and everything?
And you're barrel rolling it.
Yeah.
We got the fire extinguisher in back, so I think we're about set up. Now with just a mat. Wait, you know what? We're missing something.
We are, dude. I can't put my
we
finger
did one
on
of these
it.
before, and Matt went way overboard on one thing, and I just can't remember quite what it was.
What was that? What was that?
And you look over, holy cow, dude, you've got
What?
a lot of cup holders here.
Yeah, we got a lot of them sent to us, man. And we talked about this.
I thought you were kidding.
No, I needed 30 cans, right? And look, I got 6, 12, 18, 24, and I have 6 randomly dispersed throughout the roll cage. What?
There's
What?
ice in it right now. The drink holders.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
I think they left them out on purpose.
Nice, dude. I
You
got
had
a
like
little,
90 of them on
I
here.
want a little Type A on that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Speaking of that, though, I love where you're going with this, kid. Check it out. I didn't forget this. The official Matt Steel Outdoors limited edition signature series aluminum CNC machined drink holder, dude. Look at that. They literally will go anywhere.
That is like artwork. Don't you have like a couple thousand of those still laying around?
Got a garage full of them. That's why I'm trying to get rid of them.
They're flying right off the shelf.
I was going to say they're one of a kind, but they're actually not.
One of thousands
And pallets.
that you have for yourself.
You know, looking cool is half the battle, right?
You must
Nice
admit,
helmets.
I did a good job on the safety gear, man. I mean, check this helmet out. This is awesome.
Yeah, I figured we could be like the tag team champions of the world, right?
That too.
That would look great.
Hey, when it comes to safety, B-Man, don't play.
All right.
Let's go. Speaking of, we'll drop that trailer at your place. Go have some fun.
Good call, but I need to get some weeds and stuff out of the way first. So can you help me out with that first, right?
No, you're not doing that again.
It'll take like an
No,
hour.
no.
I mean, what's
you
the
don't have
big
enough
deal?
money to
No,
pay
dude.
me to do that.
All right,
Let's go.
listen.
Got to put it in gear.
It's just a couple weeds. It's all good. Don't worry about it, dude.
Not R for race either. You know, somehow Matt always cons me into coming over to his place and doing work from around the property. But this little dump cart definitely makes helping your brother out a whole lot easier.
I like how fast we can drive in the Can-Am, and the trailer, it just comes along for the ride. And the nice thing is this dump cart rides so high up in the air, it gives us 12 inches of full ground clearance. And hopefully, that's more than we're ever going to need.
I hope. Not to mention how easy it is to get rid of heavy stuff when you're done hauling it around. You just dump it. Speaking of heavy stuff, it's time to dump the heavy weight, lose the cart, and have some fun.
You know, now we can really see the difference in the wheel spacers and the new tires when we hit those turns, and these tires just shred the dirt and the mud.
This thing is a blast to drive. You can really feel that stock suspension start to work. You know, the different driving modes are cool, but for me, the race mode is all this thing really needs.
We didn't go too crazy with this Can-Am today because we didn't have to. Thanks to QuadBoss for all the cool stuff, like the front winch that stays hidden, the new wheels and tires, and we can't forget that dump cart. I love that thing.
Yeah, you do. You know, it's the little accessories, too, that make the difference. You know, the right gear to ride around and the side view mirrors, they go a long way. You know, when you use these vehicles as often as we do, you know, you've got to have some fun on these things. You know, that's all the time we've got today for TruckU. We'll see you next time.
See ya.